It looks like we've all got pretty crap reception at the moment, but anyway, we'll see how we get on. It's on my Zoom, Ola, hang on. So, really good to see you all. We're just going to do a little recap. Hang on, I've just got to reply to Ola. I'm just going to do a little recap from last week and your amazing videos. You guys rock. Laughing at herself in the middle of it. You find it really awkward.
Honestly, after I stopped videoing, I was on the floor in tears.
Yeah. Well, it was great. So, tell me, how did you find that, and how have you been finding the, changing your beliefs this past week?
For me, I was talking with Maxine about it, and I felt okay about inviting people to be my friend, and one of them replied to me, yes. I had to ask my partner who you were. I'd been really anxious about it, and it was like I didn't care. She still became my friend.
Wow, that's so awesome. That's amazing. So you feel different.
Another layer of the onion.
Oh, that's great, Moni. That's awesome. Well done. How about anybody else? Any changes you've noticed in yourself?
Yep, I definitely noticed changes probably that same day. Some pretty mystic customers came out of the woods, and I feel like it definitely changed something in me and how I deal with those negative beliefs, I think.
Yeah.
That actually practically changed things, shifted things.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So did you notice any, how did you get on with repeating the new belief every time the old one popped its ugly head up? Did you find that you needed to do that at any time?
I did, but I also found that there's another one come up. That one went away, and now there's this other one.
Yeah. That was my next question. So, great. How did you get on, Maxine?
I've been great because I had such a big shift, after reading the Big Leap. I'm just not. I'm not triggered by the same things, and I have actually been. I suppose now that I have this awareness of my belief, I'm looking back over the last few years, looking at the people that have been around me and that I've attracted into my life and the kind of beliefs that they've had, and I can see it all much more clearly that I have I've been attracting. It's really interesting. It's like look at all of the things in your life and go, oh yeah, that's why they're there, because I had that belief.
That's fantastic. It's so good. That's incredible. So it's good to hear too, Moni, that now that you've worked through some, you've had others come up, because that's a natural progression. And I was going to ask you if any of you have had any other new ones come up, because that's a normal thing to happen. So have you gone through the process that we went through, Moni, last week? The same with the new one?
No.
You know that you can do that? You can go through that same process?
Yeah, I think what I'm struggling with is how to put this one into words because it's such a feeling.
Right, okay. So do you want to share that with us, and I'll see if I can help you find a positive one.
Kind of like that dissonance between wanting to do really well,
yeah,
and being afraid of what will happen if I do really well. Like one of the questions that came up for me a while ago, and this is part of it, is what happens if I get better? Everyone's still.
No, I didn't hear the last bit. What happens? What happens? What?
I didn't hear the last bit.
Does that not make okay? So here I am with Parkinson's, and I want to get better.
Yeah.
And what will my life look like when I'm better?
What will it look like when you're better? Yeah.
Yeah, accepting the possibility is there, but also wondering if I've been in such groove that maybe I'll self-sabotage to not get well, or is this?
So you're self-sabotaging. Is that what you're saying? You're self-sabotaging. You're going, well, if I get this success, that's great, but then self-sabotage comes in. It's almost like you're not worthy. You're feeling like you're not worthy?
It's more like I've been comfortable in this little healing journey, trying everything, but it's like I had accepted for so long that I might not be able to go where I want to go, do what I want to do because of my physical limitations. And maybe that's a self-sabotage. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
It does make sense because if you're ill, even if it's not a good thing, to some degree you are still in a comfort zone. Even though it's not a very nice zone, it's still a comfort zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what you're feeling. And sometimes we think, well, if I get out of my comfort zone, is it going to be so hard on the other side?
Yeah, I see what you mean about finding it hard to word it, Moni, in a limiting belief.
Yeah.
I mean, my feeling is it does come from whether you're feeling worthy or not. Do you think you're worthy of success?
I guess not.
Yeah. So I would, that's what I would put it down to. I don't know, any other thoughts in here? Hi, Orla, by the way, honey.
Hi, Orla.
Hey, Sin, you're back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I would just be saying it something like that I am not worthy of success. Does that resonate with you? Does that feel like, is that hitting your core?
Not quite, because that feels like it's money orientated.
So it has to be around your health. Is that what you mean?
I have to go and get some water.
Okay. Okay, well, what I might do is, Orla, we just worked on limiting beliefs last week, honey. You watched the training, didn't you? Yeah, okay. I might just mute you, son. Sorry. Or you're quiet now? Okay. Banging and crashing around. So I was just talking about limiting beliefs and how everyone got on last week with all the changes that they made, because I don't know if you saw that I put a challenge out to everybody and asked them all to shout out their new belief out to the universe. and then throughout the week ahead, when that old belief comes up, to replace it by saying the new belief. And I was just asking about where everyone was at and how they were feeling, if they've noticed any changes since then. And Moni has, everyone said they pretty much have, but Moni said that a new one has come up, which is completely normal and a really good thing, because it means that you are working through the old ones and changing the old ones to make them new. So we were just trying to help Moni with her new one that's come up. I think, Moni, the best thing to do is just to sleep on it. Whenever I'm feeling confused about something, I will ask my guides before I go to bed to give me guidance on the right words, and then I usually have it usually comes to me the next morning.
I was just wondering, Moni, it's not so about that you somehow brought it on yourself, or that in some way you're responsible for where you're at?
No, not at all.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I think having Parkinson's, it made me see that quite clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next step that we're going to do now is, this is quite powerful, and so I'm going to take you on like a little meditation. I'm going to take you back. It can be emotional, but of course I'm not Tony Robbins, so I'm not as powerful as he is, but it will certainly help you. True stories, and you've got to be in a room with this man. He's amazing. His energy is incredible.
Dude, I'm in the staff room. Don't make me yell.
You won't yell, promise. You won't yell. Okay, so as I go, just get yourself comfortable. In a nice, comfortable position. Close your eyes. I don't have any music for this one. Do you want music? Is Tammy trying to get on training, is she?
Yeah. I told her where to find it.
Did you? Okay, so pretend we've got some really nice music going on. Close your eyes. Now I want you to go back to where you were before you started in this business. I want you to go back to that place where you were, the job that you're doing. If you're not doing a job, I'm just going to mute you all. The place that you were in, your home, what are you doing? What work are you doing every day? What is your pain? Who is missing out on time with you? What is it that you wish that you were doing more of? Who is it that you'd rather spend more time with? Who are you missing out on seeing every day or more often? What are the experiences that you want to have in your life that you can't have in your life because you don't have the money, you don't have the time, you don't really have the know-how, you don't have the drive, you don't have the motivation, maybe you're sick. What is the pain that you're in right now? Feel that pain. And feel how hard it is for you to get what you want. What is it that you're really dreaming of? What things that come up for you in this time and you have to say no to? Who are you saying no to? How do you feel when you say no to people that you love? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling upset? Are you feeling hurt and sad that you're missing out? Who do you want to be there for and you can't be? What does your day look like every day? What do you do? Get up, do the same old grind, go over and over and over the same thing every day. What is your biggest pain? Feel that pain. Feel that pain heavy in your heart. And feel how long you carried that pain for and you didn't even know. You didn't know how much pain you were in, you just carried it because you thought that that was okay. You just carried it. And now you're going to come out of that pain and you're going to think about everything that you want. Every single opportunity that you want to have, every experience. Who is it you're there for? Who can you say yes to every day? Because you have the money, you have the freedom, you have the desire. Think about those people that you get to spend time with now. Those people that you want to spend time with every day. Think about those experiences that you want to have. That overseas travel. Just hanging out with your kids every day. Doing whatever it is that you want. Feel that freedom that you have to say yes to things. Feel how wonderful and joyful it is. What is it that you're doing in your experiences every day? What choices are you making that make you feel really happy, really inspired, and really full of joy every single day? These are the opportunities in your life. These are what you want. These are what you are living for. This is your future. This is your now, and this is your future. And this is exactly what you want. Who is in your life and who are you spending time with every day? What experiences are you creating in your life? How abundant are you? How many times can you say yes? How many times can you give to people? How many times can you give full stop? Who are you giving to? How amazing do you feel? How inspiring are you for other people? What kind of impact have you got on people's lives? What is it you're helping other people create? How are you helping other people grow? This is what you deserve. This is everything that you deserve in your life. And this is everything that you will have in your life. But hold on a minute. Feel that incredible intensity of joy and happiness. And now it's all going to get taken away. What if you quit? What if you decide that you can't do this, it's all too hard and you can't do this anymore? It's far too hard. I'm going to stay in my comfort zone. Fear is all too much. It's just got way too much for me. I can't do this anymore. And now it's taken away from you. It's disappearing. Your future, everything you want, all your happiness is disappearing, and you're back to status quo, back to where you were, having all those things that you didn't want to have. You've got that pain back again. You're not spending time with the people you love. You're not sharing those experiences with people. You're not having that impact on your life. How many times do you have to say no again to people? How many times can you not say yes anymore? Because you don't have the money. You don't have the freedom. You can't make those choices anymore. It's just all too hard. And all too hard because you decided that you were going to quit. You couldn't do it. It was too hard. Far too hard. Can't do it. The only other option is to go back to the way you were. No other way to go. Feel that pain. Feel how awful that is. Feel your whole future and your whole life being taken away from you because of your decision not to keep going. Because of your decision to stop and quit and stay in fear. Feel how awful that is. Not having any choices, not being able to give to people that you want to give to, not having that impact on people's lives the same way, playing small every day. Not being able to say yes to anybody, not being able to say yes to experiences, not being able to travel like you want to, not being able to own that beautiful home that you want to go where it is you want, to do the things that you want. But now, that can all come back if you say yes. If you say yes, and you decide that you're way better than your fear, way better than your fear, so much better than that, and you decide, yes, I can do this, I can step out of my comfort zone. I can step out of my fear. I don't need fear. Fear does not own me. I own my own desires, my own future. I can create what I want. I am powerful and able to create everything that I choose. And I choose freedom. I choose my future. And I choose my future because I say yes every day. Every day I say yes. And because of that, I have what I want. I can give to people. I can spend time with people I love. I can create experiences. I can say yes to whatever I want. So now I want you to come out of that with your future, your desires right there, your passion, what it is that you want to create. Hold that in your mind. That is what you're going to carry with you all the time. So whenever you feel like you want to quit, whenever you feel like this is all too hard, I can't do this, go back to that pain. How was that?
Awesome, thank you.
So that changed everything for me. Was the limiting beliefs, the state change, and that meditation was massive for me. And so every time I have a moment where I think I can't do this, it's all too hard, that's where I go back to. Always go back there. It reminds you of what's your other choice? What other choice do you have? That's not an option. You can't grow. There's no way you can grow in that. Did anything come up for anybody?
I'm too stubborn to go back to not. I couldn't even go back because I was like, no, why would I do that? Why would I quit? Are you kidding me?
I saw you shaking your head, Sam. Yeah, I know. I saw that too. Well,
That is actually the thought that I have. I mean, I do find some days I feel like I just can't get up and do this shit again for another day. And then I straight away think about what can I have to go and downsize and live in a tiny house and not do very much, or it's something I really don't want to do.
You know, the thing is, it's really, really hard. So where most of you are right now, it's a really, really, really hard work, because it does seem to take forever before you actually start, you know, earning some good money. And it does take a lot of hard work, and, you know, it takes more time and less money where you guys are at than once you start reaching the higher levels. And you do really feel like you're putting in far more time and getting paid not enough for it. I promise you wholeheartedly that you will get to a point where you will get paid for your efforts. And the more work that you put in, the less that you'll have to put in later, because you'll get paid a lot more than what you're putting in. It's
but the other thing I suppose I have is I look at someone like Sophie Hughes with 1,000 people under her, and I think, shit, that must be a lot of work, you know. So I know that I have a fear that if I become successful, I'll be having a lot of work to do. So, you know.
Yeah. There's a limiting belief right there, Max.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I hope you've written that down. I'm going to change that one.
Yeah.
You have. You know what? I had the same belief, Maxine. I had exactly the same belief.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the same belief. So I was like, you know, but what happens if I have all this massive team and then I've got heaps and heaps of work? Actually, it's not necessarily true, because, like, for example, with me, I mean, I really don't have to put a lot of time into it to you guys, because you guys have got it rocking. You're leaders and you know what you're doing. You know, it's very few, it's very not very often that I have to help you guys with anything, because you really know how to find most things. You're all resourceful, and it's only the new ones that you're starting that you'll find you'll need to put more time in. But honestly, as you have more and more team, you'll find that it becomes easier and easier. You don't feel like you have to drag anybody with you. I mean, how many of you feel like you have to drag everybody with you? No? Nobody feels like you have to drag your team along with you? Oh, Sin does, yes. Yeah, all of us, yes.
I definitely have a couple that I feel are a lot of effort, but I think that's partly getting better at attracting the right team.
Yeah.
And also just letting go of people who don't really want to be doing it.
That's right. That's key. That's key, Maxine. And once you've been doing this for a lot longer, you'll realise, and you'll know straight away, you'll know who the ones are who really want it and who aren't. And those are the ones that are doing the work. And unless they're putting their hand up and saying, please, can you help me, then I wouldn't really be putting a huge amount of time into them. And so that's once you start you're getting more experience, you actually find that you can let go of a lot of that easier. I know that you think that by bringing your team, because I was the same, by bringing your team, even the ones that aren't really into it, kicking and screaming and getting them to their promotions is going to help you. It's actually not going to help you. It's actually just going to make it a hell of a lot worse. I feel your pain, honey.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know, there's pain, but there's definitely reward as well. So, you know, seeing Roy Mata get her promotion, and seeing Tracy get her promotion, and seeing Tammy become more of a leader for her team is definitely really rewarding for me. but yeah, then there's definitely that flip side of, I suppose, semi-blaming myself for the team that doesn't put their hand up, that doesn't, because I kind of feel like, I suppose, a limiting belief in my head would be that I talked them into it and that now I'm not supporting them enough, so I know that those are things that, no, I haven't talked anybody into anything. If they jumped on, that was their own choice and that was something they knew about and wanted to do. And they did understand well how it all worked and how things needed to run to be successful. So if they're not running things that way, they can't expect success, and they can't kind of put that on me that I haven't done something, because I've done exactly the same for both of my team and they are completely different. So, that shows me that it's not what I did.
So there's Linda Revenden said something that really put a light bulb on for me one time when I was listening to her sin. And she said, you don't take the credit for your team being successful. So why do you take the credit for them being unsuccessful? And that was a big moment for me, because I thought that's absolutely right. Our team that are working really hard and doing well, we don't run around and take the credit for that. So why do we take the blame for the ones that aren't doing anything,
That's a great point, Max.
Very true. Very, very true. And I'd definitely be changing that limiting belief there too, Sim. Definitely reword it like you just said. You reworded it really well. Definitely change that. Because I do feel you though, because I went through the same thing, especially when Roy went through her challenges with her pay and stuff just recently. I thought, is there something that I said that, she took the wrong way or something? So, but yeah, so it's the same thing. It's like you do kind of feel a little bit responsible for them, but absolutely should not be doing that. It doesn't get you anywhere. They choose wholeheartedly to come into the business for whatever reason, and even those that come in and sit there and do nothing, I mean, I can't fathom it. I do it, but they do. And for their own reasons, really, and we can't be responsible for that, because that is their choice at the end of the day. And I know Kat talks about loving on them, where they're at, and all sorts of. But you know what? I used to send them messages every now and then and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" And honestly, I got so tired of them either ignoring me, or getting negative messages back going, "Oh, I've got this," the whole victim thing, "Oh, I've got this going on and that going on," where I thought, I'm not even going to do that anymore. So I don't do that. I love on them if they come to me with a question or they come to me with a concern, but otherwise I generally don't go to them anymore.
So something that, is really prevalent in my practice is that sorry, I've completely lost it. I'll come back to that.
Mummy brain.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing I do. Bloody hell, and you're not even as old as me.
I was listening to national radio the other day, and someone was being interviewed by, the 9 to noon woman, and they did the same thing. They were in the middle of this thing, and then she just said, "Oh, you know what? I've just completely forgotten where I was going with this." So imagine doing that on national radio.
Yeah.
Oh no, thanks.
That's classic. So now, how is everybody with rewording limiting beliefs? Orla, did you do any of that, honey? Sorry?
I'm going to do it today.
Oh, okay, right. So you're okay with how to do that? Because I know sometimes it can be a bit tricky, even just finding them.
No, I'm all good.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So does anybody else want to share anything? You got any questions? I think the key when we're talking about limiting beliefs and changing them, changing your story, the key is that you keep at them. So every time that same little inner voice comes up and tries to create that fear limiting belief for you, you change it in that moment. So don't let it go. Change it so that it becomes empowering and you're actually changing your brain. You know, like the neuro signals that you've got in your brain, you're completely rewiring them with a new belief. That's really important. And also visualizing, like even if you forget in the moment what your new belief is, even visualizing what you want in your life really, really helps as well. So visualizing all those things that you see in your future that you want, that is a really good way of changing that whole thought pattern, because you want to distract your brain from that old pattern with something new and positive. Any questions, guys?
That's good. I appreciate what you said about not loving on team that aren't working, because yeah, I've been having the same thought. Yeah. About that. Really, is there really a point? Is there a point? You've only got so many hours in the day, and you want to be loving on your ones that are, on the journey with you, really, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean, like if they have a post, if they put a post up or something and it's a nice post, I'll love on that and comment on that like I do with all my friends. If there's a post I really love, I will definitely interact with that person on that. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to go into a message once a week and say, hey, how are you doing? Just thought I'd check and see how you are. Because if they're not responding to you, or if you're getting the same response every time, they're not interested. And you are really wasting your energy, and you could be putting your energy into people that actually want your help.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Put your energy into people who are or could be interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, I just remembered what I was trying to say before. In our practice, we have this kind of theory or this idea that there's never perfect circumstances. There's never a time in your life where everything is so smooth and fine that if we wait till those bills are paid, or if we wait till we can get that travel, or if we wait till the perfect circumstances, then we'll be waiting forever, because they actually don't exist. You have to make the best of the circumstances you're in, even if they feel bleak and like a struggle. You've got to realize that if you can't draw happiness and inspiration for yourself from somewhere, from wherever you draw it from, in those moments of hardship and struggle, then you're probably never going to find it, because the perfect circumstances don't actually exist until you decide that all circumstances are perfect.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I agree totally with that one.
So with my team, I've definitely got one in particular that's sort of like, oh, today I can't do that because there's someone else in the house, I'm not feeling well, I needed to go out to the shop, I can't do these things because the circumstances don't allow me. And what I keep trying to remind her is actually she gets to choose that, and she gets to either demand of herself that she makes it happen and she makes it work depending on how much she wants it, or give in to those excuses and those reasons in her head why not, but if she's always going to give in to why not, then there's never going to be the why the drive to do it.
Yeah, she's stuck in her comfort zone. It's actually really comforting, even though it's painful. Yeah, and they've got to actually really want it.
I've been guilty I have been guilty of that myself, and I know that it's just fear and self-sabotage. And I've actually been finding your challenge really good this month, Tanya, because I've been doing what Adam tells you to do, which is just to have a few non-negotiables a day. So every day I've done the 5 reach outs and the 3 posts, and even on a difficult day I have made myself do that. And I think he's right. If you have a few non-negotiables, and I can do that in 10 or 15 minutes, you know.
Yeah,
And it's helping. It is helping. It's definitely helping my business, and it's literally 10 to 15 minutes a day. But yeah, humans, we're funny, aren't we? We do some self-sabotaging.
well done, Max. I know Maxine was one that was always making excuses when you. Well done. You've really stepped out of yourself so much. Great.
Yeah. I mean, I do think there's a place for sometimes you are just having a really bad day, and it's probably not a good time to be really reaching out to people because you're not going to be vibing very, very well.
But that's when it's really good practice to stay in state, to change your state in the moment. That's what I find. Those days are the best days. The days you're like, I feel like shit, I don't want to do this today. And those are the days where you can go, hang on a minute, I can make a choice to change my state right now and get in a better state. And then do it. So that's the non-negotiable. The non-negotiable is changing the choices that you make. Just making better choices.
The other thing you can do is you can do something that's still helpful to your business but not as uncomfortable. For example, you can go and mention something in a group, or you can do something that's still, I mean, you can still pick some. There's always something you can choose to do every day that will still the business. And you know, if you're really having a day when you can't interface with people, then you can work on your groups or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Or find a mantra that works for you to help shift that bad day. I don't know. I mean, I have bad days all the time. I think we all do, but it's just learning how to really shift that. And so now I'm finding, once I recognize that I'm having a bad day and it's me, I can probably turn that around in like 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, my personal way of doing it is I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and it just there's no room left for any negativity or depression or unwillingness. And I personally have found that really helpful.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the kind of thing you can pass down to your team too, Sim. All these little things that we find that really works for us. Like for me, it's always visualization. That's worked for me a treat, and it does every time. So, you know, these are the kind of things that you can pass down to your team and give them some tips to help.
Yeah, well, it obviously really helped Roy the other day when I so we had that group chat going, but then I went on just straight on to her and we talked, and I sort of talked to her about visualization and about sort of meditating on that manifestation and understanding that if she visualizes it and manifests it in her mind in a way that it's already happened, that she can already see it, that she's sort of pushed her brain into the future, then all of that stuff that's holding her back today, that kind of dissolves. Yeah, it's like magic, eh? She's a little star. She really is a little rock star, that one. Yeah, she's great. You've got a good one there. Right, well, if there's anything else, nothing else that anyone wants to share, because while we've got
we could probably just go straight into leaders training, or should we pop out and then come back in?
I've got a
little break.
I've got to go. Loki's day is going to finish in about 15 minutes. So,
Oh, how exciting for him.
he's having such a great day.
That's good. Okay, that's cool. Well, Sin, I will record it for you, honey. I'm just going to stop recording this one now.